Spooky season has officially begun. I have so many fun paranormal romances ready to roll. I can't even wait. Hi, my name's Bea and welcome to my channel, Mama Needs to Read Romance. Because nobody in a book like this is going to get a Lego stuck in their ear. Yeah, an ear Lego of all things. I had some other plans for this month, like Wraith King series or Highlander, and I'm throwing it all aside so I can focus on paranormal romance. I realized the only paranormal romance I have ever read is the Twilight series. I don't know if I should be embarrassed by that or not. Name it and claim it, I guess. But this month I am making up for it with more paranormal romance than you can shake a magic wand at. So this will be the month that helps me figure out if I like paranormal romance or not. There is one book that is not paranormal romance on my list, and it is Devil in Disguise, the very last book in my 18-week series on Lisa Kleypas. I started in June. I read all of the Wallflowers, all of the Hathaways, and this is the last Ravenels, or at least the most recent Ravenels. And I have mixed feelings. I'm a little sad. But moving on to paranormal, let's talk about that. So I'm going to be doing a 3-week vlog on spooky anthology books, and one of them is going to be Night Magic. It is written by Rebecca Brandywine, Shannon Drake, Jill Gregory, and Becky Lee Wyrick. Did not memorize that, obviously. But oh my gosh, it's so cool. There's so many different types of stories in this. We have an Irish beauty set in the Irish countryside. She's drawn to a leader of a rival clan, but he turns into something else when the moon is full. What could it be? We've also got a Civil War era romance with a creature of the night. There's also a bewitching medieval romance. I'm excited to try that. The last story just says it's about a young widow who is captivated by a magnificent stranger from the stars. So this is going to be really interesting and I cannot wait to read it. I'm also going to be spending a week vlogging The Cafe Between Pumpkin and Pie. This looks so cute. It's by Marina Adair, Kate Angell, and Stacey Finns. I am sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. I'm going to read you the tagline on top. In Moonbright, Maine, there's a pumpkin on every porch, fresh brewed apple cider in every cup, and the sweetest sorcery in the air. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't going to read the whole back, but it's just too good and it's short. You ready? Here we go. Before, after, and even during the excitement of the annual Halloween parade, gathering at the Corner Cafe is a beloved Moonbright tradition. Costumed revelers of all kinds come for the famous whoopie pies, the heartfelt hospitality, and the chance to hear the town's spookiest stories and local legends whispered to the younger generation. This just sounds so cute. The most magically romantic legend of all promises that a Moonbright woman will marry the man she sees reflected in a mirror on Halloween. For 3 such singles, the crunch of fall leaves and the fragrance of fresh baked pie sets the perfect stage for this most tantalizing trick and most delightful treat, the genuine enchantment of true love. Sign me up right now. And for my 4th vlog of October, I'm going to be reading the anthology Which Witch is Which. It's by Cynthia St. Aubin, Cindy Clark, Kerrigan Byrne, and Tiffany Helmer. This is the first of the Witches of Townsend series. Basically, I think each author is going to focus on one of the 4 witch sisters. There's an earth, air, fire, and water witch, and each has her own romantic paranormal tale, and I am here for it. If I had a quarter for every time one of my fabulous bookish friends, I've tried this 3 times, I can't do it. If I had a quarter for every time one of my fabulous bookish friends recommended to me Karen Marie Moaning, I could buy a pumpkin spice latte at this point. She does paranormal Highlander romance. And I thought, what better time than now to finally get to try her? And the other day when Audible had their giant sale, I got this book for like $2, Into the Dreaming, which is Highlander number 8 by Karen Marie Moaning. We have Aidan McKinnon. He was a Highlander. He's taken. He's held captive. He's been tortured. He's in a bad mood. He's going to be a warrior. He's going to seek some vengeance in the mortal realm. I can't talk today. Cut to Jane. She's a romance writer. She's struggling. She's having these dreams about this perfect Highlander, I'm guessing. Every night, she doesn't know where they're coming from. Get ready, get ready. A tapestry arrives on Jane's door one day, and then all of a sudden, magically, she's whisked back to Scotland, 15th century. She's time traveling. So now she's got to see if she can save her dream lover. It literally says dream lover. And she's caught in a deadly game between two courts of the Fae. You got Highlander, you got time travel, you got Fae. You got it all. Is there a vampire in here? Is there a pirate? Somehow, there's always a pirate, is what I'm learning. I can't tell you how many books I've read or heard about where pirates just show up. What is the deal? In any case, this looks really good, and I'm really excited to try this author this month. I was watching Steph and Novelty Corner, and she was talking about their Love in the Night readathon. I'm excited to attempt to participate in a readathon. I've never successfully done that before. It's even hard for me to join the online book clubs because someone's always having an issue. Most of the book clubs are during bedtime and bath time, so it's very tricky for me to join. It looks really fun and spooky and paranormal. They are doing a book called The Captive Merman's Promise. It drops on Kindle Unlimited on Tuesday, October 4th. It's written by Zoe Castile, and it is book 5 in the Peculiar Tastes series. I don't really have peculiar tastes, so I'm already wondering how this will go, but I want to give it a whirl. This looks really interesting. Amanda Palacios, she is, I believe, a witch, a bruja or bruja, B-R-U-G-A. All the women in her family are destined to lose the loves of their lives until she gives up all her magic to take on the curse just for herself. She's content to wander alone, but one day it just becomes too much. So she discovers that she can end the curse by delving into the deep in Scotland. I'm very intrigued. Apparently, there is a captive merman, hence the title. He is a warrior, of course, but he's being held by another kingdom. And every night he cries tears that are pearls, apparently, and sings sweet songs. Well, he's hoping his captivity will end. She's hoping her curse will end. Somehow their fates are going to intertwine. And this just looks very interesting. I mean, so much paranormal. And I am excited to try this. Every month I do a try a chapter challenge. And this month I'm doing paranormal. I realized paranormal romance was way too broad, so I'm sticking to witch romance. I have heard a lot about the Stay a Spell series, which is I think what made me sort of decide on that one, because I wanted to include Wolf Gone Wild, the first in the Stay a Spell series, in my video. So we'll see if I wind up choosing that one. If so, I'm going to be trying to read as many of the Stay a Spell series as I can before the 5th book comes out, which is called Resting Witch Face. Just sounds too funny. All these titles are great, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it. We'll see. I'm really excited to try a chapter of 5 top-rated witch romance books, and I'm gonna be putting that out probably mid-month. I saw this one all over Instagram recently because it was just published. I've read interesting things. This book apparently is bananas, but I'm excited to try it. I wasn't going to get it, and then it was at the used bookstore. And I thought, oh gosh, it's meant to be. I have to pick this up for a couple bucks, and then I'm gonna give this a try. The tagline here is, filled with carriages, candlesticks, and corpses, Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match is the spooky season reimagining of the well-known classic by Mary Shelley that reminds us to never judge a man by his cadaver. So this is the sister of Victor Frankenstein, and she helps Victor create his Frankenstein monster and then decides, you know what? She hasn't had any suitors. This is a great idea. Let me create one for myself. They apparently have fantastic chemistry. He was obviously tailor-made for her. He is primarily interested in uncovering the mystery surrounding his, I guess, death, but I'm assuming they fall in love in the end. Although maybe there's no assuming with this. I really don't know what this is going to be like. This last one, I was watching Kelsey over at Essentially Booked, and she mentioned this book, and I thought, oh my gosh, I saw this title at Target, I think, and I didn't go for it. It's got a 4.1 on Goodreads. It's called The Dead Romantics. I was so fascinated when I read the summary. I was like, I have to try this book. Florence Day is a ghostwriter. Don't worry, there's more than just the ghost writing. She was hoping to get an extension on her deadline, but her editor, who's apparently very handsome and fabulous, told her she was not allowed to have an extension. She unfortunately has to go home to a small town. She's avoided it for 10 years. Apparently her family also runs a funeral parlor. As she's home to deal with the loss of her father, a ghost shows up at her front door, a literal ghost, and guess who it is? It's her editor. He has some unfinished business, and apparently it deals with her. So I'm really curious to see how on earth this supernatural romance unfolds. So those were my books for October. I can't wait to see what I end up reading, what I end up DNFing laughing. I wonder. I have no idea. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you are enjoying whatever it is you're reading, spooky or no. Let me know if you've read any of these or if you want to. Until next time, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.